details. Let's bring in high-profile criminal defense attorney Mark Geragos to break down Arizona rancher Kelly's self-defense case. It's good to see you, counselor. His defense is two-pronged, all right? We keep hearing them say stand your ground, but that is not the law in place here. It's really just a variant of what people can Google as the castle doctrine, meaning how you can defend your own home. Put up the premise law in Arizona. A person in lawful possession of premises is justified in using physical force against another when a reasonable person would believe it immediately necessary to prevent or terminate the commission of a criminal trespass. Doesn't say deadly force. What does he need to show?
Well, if he's got a reasonable belief that he was defending himself and he was using this deadly force and it was appropriate, he's got a heck of a defense. But even before that, they are making the point that they're not even sure, meaning the defense, as of yet, that it was his bullet that caused the death. So there's going to be some evidentiary skirmishes before we even get to this point.
So they say he was using an AK-47. Obviously, they'll be looking to see if the round itself or what they find, because the man's body was found. Supposedly he had camouflage on and maybe a radio, which the defense suggests means that he may have been connected to the cartel as a coyote or something like that. But how about these facts? He's over 100 yards away, according to Kelly's reckoning, and he gets shot in the back. Now that takes us to the justified use of deadly force law in Arizona. Justified in using physical force against another when a reasonable person would believe physical force is immediately necessary for the attempt of unlawful physical force. Too far away for there to be a reasonable fear of physical force.
No, I think actually that kind of helps him. He can say somebody was started to turn when they saw the gun that he was using. If the person had a gun, you know, they say there's a Walkie Talkie. We don't have enough of the facts yet, but you could turn quick enough when he's that far away, and that could have been shot from the back, and that'll be determined by the ballistics. Frankly, I've had a very similar case in Los Angeles County many years ago where a woman fired a shot that she claimed was a warning shot. It ricocheted and hit the person. They rolled him over and he had a weapon on him. So we don't know yet whether or not the facts surrounding this, but so far I think he's got a full-throated and actually a quite viable defense.
How does the cartel play into it? How does the defense use the reality of what's happening down there?
I think that clearly goes to the definition of what a reasonable person would believe. And your segment or your package, whatever you want to call it, that you just did shows that this is not an uncommon occurrence. Given the fact that we also are starting to hear about these things in other areas, even Northern California, recently there's been killings that have been linked, at least presumably, to the cartel. Down there, if you've got a reasonable belief and you can point to that and point to the what your mindset was, I think that is the old expression, it's a dog that will hunt.
Mark Geragos, thank you very much for your legal analysis as always, and don't think I don't notice what you're doing with that outfit. Very GQ. Very GQ. We'll be right back. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.